Hey y'all. Uh, Apologies for the instability here. I am live diagnosing issues with Pacific Drive as I play, or as I get the stream set up here. Pacific Drive is a fairly recent release that is about driving a magical station wagon through the Olympic exclusion zone in the beautiful Pacific Northwest Olympic Peninsula. This is a game that is a love letter to those who say, "Come on, girl, just hold it together a bit longer," to their cars. And this is kind of a roguelike, I would say. It's got some of the trappings, but it is a wandering and scavenging game in a haunted Olympic Peninsula. Roguelike, yeah, sure. That's our terminology. So if I run this game full screen borderless, it seems to, while also running OBS, it seems to extremely not like that. So I am going to experiment with different rendering methods and find something that works for now. Let's let the game do its own talking, though, shall we? Okay. Borderless windowed is not an option, as that will that seems to cause performance issues in the extreme. Let's try full screen. All right, now let's get the audio in. How do I look as I move between these settings and options? Should be able to hear a little bit of clicking from me mousing over these items, and should be hearing some background music. Looking smooth? Good, good, good. Streamer safe mode is on for the radio. Oh, that was a heck of a scare to have right at the start. Just entire computer explodes the moment I try and start running the game. Oh. Okay, and it does not like me alt-tabbing. Good to know. I shall try not to do that. Okay. Let's get right into it, shall we? Campaign we go. Oh, this is fascinating. We will go with the Pacific Drive standard experience. And yeah, my little stream preview that I use says that my stream is frozen, but I will take your word for it that things are in fact working. In 1947, the Olympic Peninsula became the staging ground of a promising new technology. As rumors of its utopian creation spread, so did stories about overnight evacuations, unsolved disappearances, and unnatural encounters. In 1955, the government walled off a section of the peninsula to establish the Olympic Exclusion Zone. For 30 years, the zone's borders grew until the government withdrew and sealed every access point. Still looking good, everyone? What happened inside was never disclosed. Background is a bit loud. Yeah, it's that way for me. I will fix it when I get the chance. Settings, audio. Let's try setting that to 50 and maybe poke everything else down a little bit too. 40. Thankfully, these roads are empty.
Sulfur and smoke glows through the snow. Smells like money. Rivers for spines between the dry pines of bones unbecoming. You might have to hang behind me.
So, this game starts off with a
You might have to hang behind
comfy but rainy drive to the zone itself.
highway. Ghost on the road.
There was some kind of warning sign, I couldn't read it. High R levels facility, extreme caution advised. Don't need our wipers on anymore. Restricted area, authorized personnel only. Can't change its station here. That seems bad. And we are in for it now. Guy's username has it right. That kind of thing is normal for Pacific Northwest roads. This place looks unhealthy. And our car seems to not be in good condition anymore.
out there? Hello? Could have sworn never mind. Francis, the radar's acting up again. You were supposed to tune up this piece of junk years ago.
Frame rate is a little grody. I'm gonna adjust video settings down a bit. Everything it does seem to be set to ultra. So it seems to have defaulted to that, but maybe the overhead of streaming is making it. Ah. Can't apply video settings. Oh well.
Yes, it's back. It's back. This is Tobias Barlow and Francis Cook, located in mid-zone Sector B. Do you read me? I'm picking up your distress signal in the outer zone. It looks like you're somewhere around Sector E. Hey, Francis, come here. Yes, it's urgent. Leave that interferometer alone for a second. Something is out there. Hey, we got a live one. Hey, do you copy? Hello? Hello? Is this thing working?
They don't have a transmitter. We won't hear a thing back.
Huh. But if they're stranded, could they, they're from outside? They're a breacher? Hey, how did you get through the barrier wall? No one's gotten into the zone in ages and lived to tell about it.
And if we don't get them to safety, this one won't either.
That's a good point. Hey, you're in serious danger. The instability's closing in, and it's gonna scramble you quicker than beef in a blender. Your closest shelter is a few miles east. Get there however you can, and be quick about it.
We ran out of fuel. So let's use our tiny little fuel can to give ourselves a little bit to work with at least. Put it back in the spot there, and yeah.
Whoa, wait, hold the phone. There it is again, that flip on the spectrometer. I've seen that waveform before, but where? No kidding. Could it be?
Should I turn the character
That
dialogue
can't
up?
be. There hasn't been one in decades.
Look at that spectral fingerprint and tell me that doesn't match the remnants exactly.
No. What we should be looking at is how fast this creature seems to be moving.
Huh. You know, if I didn't know better, I'd say they're going about the speed of a... No way to not tell me. They found a remnant and it's a car this time? Holy cripes! No one's had working wheels in here for ages. Boy, I'd kill to know how a combustion engine's still chugging away out there.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, the creature needs to get to safety. Then we can look into whether that car is a remnant or not.
In my heart of hearts, I already know. They're back, baby.
Yeah, luckily we can use a actual pump siphon and not just siphon the gasoline out with our mouths. That could be a problem. Oh, I should also probably turn the headlights off. There we go.
Who's there? The shop. It's been breached. You've got 5 seconds to get the hell out before I... Ow! My head. It's an emergency broadcast.
Hello, Attention, this message is for Dr. Ophelia Turner. We sent a breacher to your garage on official zone business. Now, we have it on very good authority that this person is in possession of a remnant, which has taken the form of a car, and, well,
Get off the remnant thing. She's not gonna care.
right, like I said, super official zone business. Protocol, demands that you keep them alive until we can get them to safety. Now, if you do not comply, I will occupy this broadcast channel with a recitation of the entire collection of poems I've personally written. That's 10 years and 17 volumes and...
God, that voice goes like a nail gun to the skull. So, another breacher, huh? How do you outsiders not understand that Arda didn't build that 300-meter wall out there for fun?
Unless you're one of the unfortunates who got zapped through. Wait, I just remembered. I don't give a damn why or how you got here. You're trespassing, and I'd kindly like you to get the hell out of my zone. Unfortunately, the barrier wall is as fortified against breaches trying to get in as it is against anyone or anything trying to leave. We have to find you a way out.
So you might as well start by fixing up that car. Just don't break anything in my shop with those soft hands of yours.
So, quite a few things just happened there, so I'll go and explain a few of them here. We picked up a backpack, and we got our headset OS, which is our justification for having a heads-up display. We're wearing a cool headset. And we've driven our car into this garage here. And I don't fully know how to parse this, but I see a lot of red, I see quite a bit of gray, and oh, add to your to-do list. Okay, that's what it's asking me to do. Blueprints, crude door, pin to checklist. Okay. So, this car is in pretty damn bad condition. And we need to do everything we can to get it in a better working condition. That way, the next time we go out into the zone, we can drive it more than 20 feet before it explodes. You know? Trunk is too rusted to open properly, so scavenge here and we get a pry bar, some tape, and a mechanic's kit. We can go and put stuff in our inventory however we see fit. So let's just stuff those into those corners. And put that on inventory slot 1. Crack this open. Some road flares, spare glass. Put that on slot 2. And then friendly dumpster. We have our scrapper. So this is going to allow us to find cars like this and rip them apart for good resources. All the stuff we just smashed apart. Components would always be useful too. And we go over and build ourselves a door. And I think the way that they handle this is really cute. Conceptually, I am holding the concept of a door. So if I put this door here, it is a trunk door. If I put this door here, it's a side door. Inside this locker, we've got some repair putty, and we've also got a spare tire. Let's go and equip that repair putty of ours. From the looks of it, our hood in the front seems to be heavily damaged along with the side door and stuff, so... Throw a bit of repair gel on it. On each of the parts that are bearing the worst out of what we got. It's looking a bit better. Scan the flat tire. We hold C, we can scan it. And it looks like we're going to need a sealing kit for that one. That one can be fixed with a mechanics kit because it's loose. We also have a spare tire, which could also help. So we've got our sealing kit. There's the flat. Equip our mechanics kit. There's the loose tire fixed up. Got a pile of cardboard boxes over here. And now we've got some trunk storage. Pick up our spare tire. Toss it on in. And maybe... Let's see here. A little crafting table for the trunk.
Oh, there's a little prototype of mine in the garage. The Arc device. Hook it up to your car, wherever it'll fit.
And riding shotgun with us will be the Arc device.
This beauty won't just be your tour guide. It's your North Star and the only way back to safety. Heck, you should consider it the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit if you plan on staying alive. That's how important this thing will be to you. Yes, that's my very own invention. I'll tell you more about it if you live long enough to use it.
Don't got enough resources for anything else here. Scan some blueprints. And fill her up. We're parked very nicely on the charging station.
If you're all set, take a look at the projector against the wall.
Missing a panel, missing a back door, missing a back bumper, missing a headlight, missing a left front panel. And a couple of our tires are a bit worse for wear. do have quite a bit of repair putty left, so we can help these out at least a bit. But the efficiency of using repair putty on tires is not that great. So,
This is the zone. Within these borders, all matter has lost the ability to hold a constant physical state. What that means is the shape, size, and makeup of just about everything constantly changes. A mile of grass can turn into 10 miles of swamp in the blink of an eye. It does. Constantly. It's caused by something we call instability. We're completely surrounded by it, and once you've watched it chew through entire mountain ranges, you'll understand that you don't want to get anywhere near it. We can only survive in here within pockets of stability. That's what you're standing in now. And that's what you're seeing mapped on the route planner. If we're going to find you a way out of the zone, you'll need to build a new antenna. Until then, you won't be able to detect stabilized routes beyond your immediate area. So, you've got to go hunting for parts, and that means taking a drive. Go on, pick a route. The arc device in your car will then show you where you need to go. Off you go. Make a left out of the garage and follow the access road.
okay. So we are going to do our first sort of semi-tutorial mission, where we are going to go to a single destination that has no instability raising. It has perpetual stability as a modifier on the area, which means that, to put it simply, we're not on a timer here. Let's unload our backpack of everything but the essentials. And I think that's about as good as we can get our car for now. Set a little marker. A bit redundant, but... Turn on the engine, pull it out of park. Check those headlights. Check those wipers. Turn on the radio. I said turn on the radio. And let's get driving. On to our first node.
Okay, newbie. I'll keep this simple. Don't want to overwhelm that little brain of yours. You'll need a few things to rebuild the antenna at the garage. First on the list is plasma. The woods are littered with plasma generators. Look for a research trailer or a spark tower. That's those antenna things zapping you when you get too close. Both are always accompanied by plasma generators.
The arc device is picking up on some plasma generators nearby. Your headset has a built-in scanner. Use it on the plasma generator, and it'll figure out the tools you need.
Note to self, don't pick those. stuff. Break some stuff apart. Got ourselves 2 gears. Now I need 3 scrap metal. That can't be good. Okay, we have our impact hammer. There's a plasma generator.
Ah, looks like it's ripe for the picking. Can't get at it with your hands, though. An impact hammer will do the trick.
Shoot, we don't have enough space on our inventory. Very quickly shove everything in there. Impact hammer goes in our backpack. Hey. Knock it off, buddy. Let's go exploring.
Look at you, out in the zone all on your own. They go so fast, don't they? And I'll be back at the helm. Been a long time, old gal. Didn't think we'd talk again after that whole Sasquatch incident.
Yes, I was hoping to go another decade without hearing your voice again. What, did you finally talk Francis to death?
Hello to you too, Oppie. And no, I'm still here.
This is an intact crew panel. Or is it? It doesn't look like we can remove it directly. So. Scrap it goes. Yeah, that's called an abductor, and it's a... There's lots of nifty creatures in this game. For whatever definition of creature you can put for these things. I do remember that we need a sealing kit for that window. There we go. Remember to disengage the parking brake. I will never succeed at doing this. Good to be back in the saddle, y'all.
Well, it looks like you're near one of the old Gorilla radio stations. That ought to be prime pickings for antenna parts. I've loaded its approximate location to your map. Look for an antenna tower.
Up on a hill somewhere.
Hey, driver, I bet you're dying to hear all about the remnants by now.
Oh, can you not? I'm a little busy trying to keep them alive.
I'll keep to the basics, I promise. They deserve to know what they're getting into.
Fine. I'm giving you 60 seconds.
That is not nearly enough time to get...
55 seconds and counting.
Okay. The remnants, in short, they're old objects that do all sorts of weird things. They bind themselves to people, and you're the latest victim. You and the car are inseparable now, so get acquainted. Once the remnant is bound to someone, they become gradually more obsessed with it. It takes over the victim's mind, until they go crazy and run off into the zone with it. No one has ever been able to resist its siren call.
That fixation is probably worming its way into your brain as we speak. This is the first time we've ever got our hands on one. Well, we know all about the past remnants, and oh gosh, this one time it materialized as an old copper kettle, and the tea that came out of that thing, it was...
And now I'm splitting the transmissions going to your receiver. Anything critical to your immediate needs will broadcast directly and immediately to your radio and headset. Anything
That does
not
seem good.
mission critical will be on a low priority frequency. Those transmissions will be recorded and indexed for you to listen to at your leisure. And by low priority, I mean just about everything that comes out of Tobias's mouth.
Hey. Oh no. Good God. Okay, we need to... What an absolute comedy of errors right there. Oh my god, great. One moment, chat. Oh cool, I can't actually tab over and now I've lost control of my computer. No. Oh my god, are we here? Hello? Hello? I am so sorry, Conley. Oh my god. My entire computer once again froze. Let me go and fix everything. I am so sorry, Conley. Oh my god. One moment, please. I've got some fixing to do. Oh my god. Unban, where is this? Unban. Oh my god, where is this? Okay. Unban. Good lord. Sorry. Okay. So, if I leave the game running for a bit and then tab out, then everything seems to break. I am going to switch to windowed and lower the resolution. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Expand the screen size. Terribly sorry about that, Conley. There we go. Okay. We are, in theory, back in it. And it's not actually capturing my mouse cursor, so yeah. Oh lord. Deeply sorry for the tech issues, everyone. Doing my best. Just to make sure, y'all, we're live. Stream look okay? Okay. Cool, and my mouse is actually captured this time. Wow, Ugh. Streaming can really be an act of thinking on your feet sometimes, you know? Ugh. People can turn to salt. You mean the tourists? Those seem to be explosive mannequins, which is also a group of tourists is exactly what we got dragged into by the other anomaly we abducted. any case, we've reached the antenna.
Time to get moving. The instability's ticking up by the second. But you can't get back the way you came. The instability makes all routes one way. And that's where my arc device comes into play. It'll get you back to the garage, but it needs to be charged first. And to do that, you'll need anchors. Take a look at the arc device display. It maps all anchors in the nearby area. Find an anchor and feed it to the arc device to charge it. But don't you worry your pretty little head about how it works. You'll be out of here soon, so there's no reason to learn more about limb technology than you need to know.
I would go and change the settings to follower-only chat, but to be honest, I'm extremely terrified of typing away from the game for any reason, considering the instability that I've gotten this far.
Those anchors may look like glowing balls of magic, but it's limb tech through and through. Don't be scared. They haven't exploded in anyone's face.
Recently. The arc device is charged and ready. You'll use it to open a gateway back to the garage, but it will immediately collapse the stability around you. So only activate when you're absolutely ready to leave. You do not want to get caught in the storm that follows.
So, we need to be away. We need to be outside of the circle of this. And then link to it. And get moving.
You see that glowing pillar in the sky? Drive into it. Yes, it looks like hot death, but it's so much better than getting scrambled by the instability.
See that circle closing in? That's the instability, getting closer. Just a bit longer. Come on. Whew.
Oh, well, well. You're alive. We're certain if the zone didn't get you, that gateway would.
Did I not mention that you're the first human I've sent through that thing? I mean, they're the rodents, but it's not like it's completely untested. But anyway, it worked. So, you should have made it back with everything you collected out there. That's the beauty of the gateway. It's the only way to get back with all your marbles intact. Now, take those parts you found into the back room. I'll let you use my fabrication station. For now. That station will concoct ways for you to rig up anything from roof racks to flare guns. Assembling an antenna with those parts you brought back should be easy as pie, but it requires anchor juice to work its magic, so bring back as many as you can. And just because I haven't used that garage in decades doesn't mean you can trash the place. Mess up my equipment and I'll throw you to the anomalies so quick you'll get whiplash. We clear?
Okay, let's see here. Stream helper tool. manager. Followers only chat. Okay. Ugh. No more bots. So this is the tech tree. There's quite a few of them. But for now, let's get an antenna on top of this garage here.
Antenna signals coming through loud and clear. Give it a moment to initialize.
Get ourselves a handbrake.
Make sure to empty your trunk before heading back out. You'll need the space. And we're patched. Everything's in working shape, more or less. I've hooked up the antenna to the route planner. Give it a look after you're done peeping through my garage.
Oh, there's a transfer materials button. There we go. Lost that on the floor. Another power out here for us to scrap. Build ourselves our own scrapper, as opposed to relying on the one provided by the dumpster. Anything else to scavenge out here? Doesn't look like it. Right. I did see that there was some useful supplies back here. Get ourselves a panel. A back bumper. Put resources in the closet there. We also got a hand vacuum. We can use this to just pick up a bunch of scrap that we have left on the ground. Handy for later, for sure. What's our car status at? Okay, need to repair the crude bumper. Light. Need to build a new headlight. Okay. Headlight, door, panel. Headlight, door, panel. Light. Door. And we don't have enough for a panel. Stream cuts to a still of the pre-streamed slideshow occasionally. Oh god dang it. And once again, stuck with the computer being frozen. Because I alt-tabbed. Almost back, it looks like. Come on, buddy. Still. There. Hi? No, not yet. Oh my lord. It looks like if I tab away, the computer builds up freeze debt. Period. So the longer I play, the longer it freezes the moment I tab away. Period. My computer is still completely frozen. Still hear me, huh? It's weird because these issues don't only come up when I actually try and stream. It's some interaction between the game and OBS, it looks like. It looks like this is going to be something I'll have to diagnose and then maybe do another copy of the stream. Sort out all the tech issues here, and then good lord, yeah, it's still... The computer's barely keeping up still. I don't know if y'all can hear me as I say this, but I'm running on the assumption that you can somehow. Can hear me. Alright. Well then, yeah, you know what position I'm in here. I'm literally watching the game visually appear on my screen, and I can see the electrical arcs in the background chiming away. But my character's mouth isn't moving. I can't click on anything. Something's just completely hosed. Oh, I have game control. Okay, what if I alt-tab? Whoops, we're frozen again. Okay, I can slowly interact with things on my computer now. It's wild because it says my CPU and memory usage is not maxing out. It says they're both at like 30 and 40. I am going to try something. Diagnosing on the fly, friends. I am going to kill this capture. Does this instantly fix things? Hello? No, still laggy. Game's running fine. Video. The game is saved at the very least. No game now, but yes, moo. Okay, computer is now stabilized. I'm going to do a window capture. Capture the Pacific Drive window. Are we going to be able to see this game? Okay, what if I tab into the game? Window capture isn't working. Hmm. Half CPU usage, half memory usage. All signs point to this should be doing fine. Specific drive, game capture, capture specific window, specific drive. There we are again, but I feel like this is just going to result in the same thing that happened before. As I did not actually change anything, I just did everything the same a second time because window detect was not working. Okay, game is visible. Now I'm going to do a bit of garage work here. And then I'm going to tab out and see if everything detonates again. Okay. All right. This is interesting. Oppie's pneumatotube. It's got deliveries for us. This is not paint. It did the thing again. By which you mean it swapped over to my preview thing? I have no idea why I would be doing that, to be honest. Is anyone apart from Conley also getting that behavior, where you're seeing occasional glimpses of detailing station? Occasional glimpses of my pre-show? Not happening on your end. Okay, so yeah, you might not just need to refresh Conley, and that might be due to my stream lagging and accidentally banning you for a minute. Or rather, my computer completely freezing up. Okay, so we've done a lot in the garage. Let's try tabbing over to anything else and see if my computer explodes again. No. Alright. Hey Kajik, I am currently in tech hell.
Ready to make this
Check.
remnant verification a one-and-done thing? I'm sending you to visit Colossal Cappy. If that old anomaly doesn't induce electromagnetic resonance in your car, then we're free from Tobias's fever dreams and we can get you out of here. With that antenna fixed, you can now detect stabilized road junctions in the outer zone. You've got a stable route heading straight to Cappy's front door, but the energy readings are off the roof. I advise you not to take the zone lightly. You better gear up or you may not survive the trip. Which would make my life easier, so your call.
Okay, so now let me go and say that. Spacebar is now handbrake. Car looks about as good as we can get it. Let's get driving. Oh. But yeah, I will take some time to diagnose why I'm getting tech issues with this game, but weirdly enough, turning down those settings seems to have done a massive amount, despite the fact I wasn't computer resource bound in any way. It could simply be that some high setting in the graphics options causes major issues. I don't know. Take that barrel. What is that? Productive gold shell. Alright. Guess I can toss it in the trunk. I would like to note that I genuinely have no idea what that is. I've never seen that before. That must have been added in later. Raining in the Pacific Northwest. Yep. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest, everyone. Hope you like rain and overcast, because you're going to get a lot of it. That's genuinely true. Creepy earth pillars, nothing to be worried about. That is correct. those pillars just pop up and down, and I don't know. Just leave them be. So at this point we can get into a bit of what the actual structure of this game is, which is our goal is to explore gradually more dangerous zones and collect those power sources. If we collect enough of those, we can buy ourselves a route back home. And we cannot leave until we have collected enough power sources in order to do that. And in addition, our main goal is actually to reach Sierra, which is a local town that is a couple districts away. So I do actually need to go through here and keep going and exit through the spot marked on the map there in orange. And on the way, I can pick up some fuel for my arc device. Do a little bit of off-roading while I'm at it. Broken bunny. Open the logbook. You can go over there, buddy. Okay. Whoa, Nelly, jackpot. We have a proper headlight, and it's a peculiar one. I don't know what that means. In any case, though, let's yank off our crude headlight here. Also on the floor. It's purple. That's what it means. That is rather peculiar. Looks like those broken bunnies are just gonna sit there and vibe. Oh right, one of my headlights is purple. I was looking at it and going like, what's happening? There it is. At least they're not the mines from Half-Life 2. Well, my friend, you would be wrong, because that is more or less exactly what those things are. They're just a little more passive than the ones you know of. Broken bunnies are a variety of bunny. Bunnies will sort of chase you around a bit and then hop toward you and try and land on your car, sort of attached to you. If they do that, they will do whatever it is that type of bunny will do. A broken bunny will wear away the piece of your car that it attaches to until it breaks or until you yank the thing off yourself. appeared below me. Shoved me into the air a bit. Get some canned food, cover a bit of my health. But the vehicle, which was in drive, into park, and then slam on the gas. Very good. And let's keep moving. It's the crossing point, so pass through here. And we're on our way to town. Are you ready for me to try breaking the stream again? Let's see if we get talked to. Alright. Tab. Click on stuff. No issues. Okay. I think changing the graphics settings genuinely fixed
God,
stuff.
Sierra. Never wanted to think about this place ever again. Head toward town. Colossal Cappy is smack dab in the middle of where Sierra used to be. You can't miss it.
Is there a reason you're driving straight towards the largest honking anomaly in the zone?
You wanted to know if there's a speck of remnant energy in that car? This is how you do it.
You're using Cappy to amplify the remnant signal. That's insane. Driver, are you sure about this?
Well, they'll be fine.
It's not fine. Look at those radiation spikes that Colossal Cappy's still giving off after all these years. To achieve any sort of resonance, the driver's going to have to get right up against Cappy.
I get you, Francis, but Oppie's got a point. Any remnant energy lingering in the car is too weak to detect with conventional methods.
Really? You're gonna take her side?
This isn't about science. That's a good plan.
I won't risk someone's life just to get involved in another remnant sighting.
The driver can make their own decision. I'm not forcing them to do anything. For all I care, they can lay down and wait until the instability takes them. That would get them out of my hair much faster than all of these shenanigans.
Systems are all going out of whack. Please bother something else. Ah, that must be Cappy. Whoa. And that's a saw blade that passes over that red line. Let's take a breather in here, see if we find anything. Not quite the right tool for the job, but it worked. Can we build ourselves a new pry bar? Yeah. Good. This door open, and nothing. Ah. This one, more the deco van. What kind of game would this be without having a little bit of car customization, you know? Alright, if we want to get close to that thing, we're gonna have to head up there. So let's take a look at what that looks like from here. Alright, might have to take a bit of a roundabout method of getting there, but if my literacy with topology maps still holds well, there should be a route around the mountain that will get us up there. We'll take this road, and then we'll take a dirt road and circle back. Aside from all the technical issues we were experiencing earlier, what do y'all think of this game so far? I really like it. I feel like there's nothing quite like it in existence, and both its aesthetic sense and its ability to design place is really strong. It's got a cohesive style that it exudes in every element of it. And also, remember that we are just at the very start of the game, so things are quite calm so far, but this game can get very, very chaotic as you get deeper and deeper into the zone. Plenty of opportunities for driving and screaming. A beating heart. It looks good, whatever it is. Oh.
Take this love.
Guys, username, thank you for the gift sub. And Geeky Manatee, enjoy your gift sub. That's something I'm going to be working on as well here, is I'm going to be commissioning new emotes and various stuff like that. But it would appear that this tree here is healing our car very slowly, and it's out of juice. Not all anomalies are hazardous. And that one fixed us up a little. But yeah, streaming is a process. It's getting new assets, it's setting stuff up, it's getting emotes, it's getting new little incentives for chatters that subscribe. That sort of stuff, you know? And so, next on the docket is absolutely emote sets and stuff. Let's see, where are we and where do we need to be? Looks like we're actually above our destination now. So if we dramatically careen down this hill, that should lead us to where we need to be. Alright. Nothing to it but to do it. Oh no! Okay, we're stable. We rolled, but we're stable. And there's tourists up there. Hey, you. Fetch.
Car's still not close enough to Cappy.
What now?
How about,
Launching the car into Cappy's core.
I'm sorry.
What? It's simple. The driver jumps the car into the heart of the anomaly, and if I time it right, I'll open the gateway and extract them.
And if you don't?
I've run some calculations. I think it should be fine. Anyway, it's like they always say, what's an experiment without some risk of total annihilation?
Who says that exactly?
In no way, shape, or form should we be doing this.
Well, but you know, if it's the only way, you got this kid for it.
Sounds like when we enter this thing, we're going to be sent back. Hopefully. So... supplies. Turn on some tunes. Shoutouts to Shaw and the Pit, by the way, who made this song. Shaw and the Pit you might know better for the Rogue Legacy soundtrack.
Harvey, anytime now, Harvey.
damn it, you piece of crap, come back on already. Can you hear me? Cappy fried my transmission systems.
Thought I lost you for a moment. Well,
It all worked out, didn't it? The gateway got you out.
and it looks like the ARC device is still intact with all the data it's recorded from your drive. And my plan worked. Cappy amplified the car's signal and it matches. Looks like Tobias and Francis found their remnant after all. Unfortunately, what they've been saying is true. The remnants drive their victims mad. Maybe that car, having sat dormant for this long, will give you a little more time. Sorry, I don't have better news for you. I'm still game to get you out of here. The faster you leave, the longer you'll have to enjoy the rest of your sanity. None of the routes you've mapped so far leads to a way out. Why don't you head back out and chart some more? You can get in touch with Tobias and Francis while you're out there.
And so we are back here. Means time for another round of car maintenance. Off our engine. Friendly dumpster gave us a free panel. Thanks, buddy. Shelter from the storm. This will automatically pick up anything that's on the floor of the shop for you. I put it into the trunk for you to move around as you see fit. Oh yes, and since we have come back, four gears for the matter deconstructor. We can upgrade our garage too. Let's make 10 gears. We got the scrap metal for it. Our deconstructor does probably what you expect it to. Let's get that spare tire of ours. Certainly we don't need that. And toss it in. And get some plastic and rubber, just like that. Need one more electronics, that's unfortunate. I would have liked to get the detailing station on this first visit here. Glad you were able to take some time to hop over here, Zoe. In between your excellent fun. Yeah, we had a whole bunch of tech issues earlier in the stream, but somehow things seem stable now. Couple doses of repair putty. And fix the stuff that's the worst off right now. Ah, right. The quirky items like the headlight cannot be repair puttied. That's what it is. That's what that star indicates. It's a special item that you found that will just wear down over time. And yes, this game has some fantastic utility sludge. Thank you for noticing. Alright, we're in a pretty good state now. Fully powered, decently armored. What is our current task? Simply chart some new routes and take more drives. Need to galore all over the place. All right. So, visiting a location will reveal adjacent locations, which you can then scan and travel to. And yes, the loading tip there is that if your car's damaged, it can't protect you. That's weird. That's also weird. My headlights seem to be acting up. Okay, I'm too excited to talk about this, so I'm going to break kayfabe here. My headlights are acting up because we have manifested our first car quirk. Quirk is my favorite system in this game, and it adds so much incredible flavor. They are random conditionals that, when something happens in your car, extra separate thing will happen.
Holy, you kidding me right now? Oppie, you saw it too, didn't you? Tell me you saw it too.
Saw what?
What do you mean, what? Hallucinations, like the ones from 1961. It happened again, just a quick blip, like blinking your... Wait, you didn't see it?
I was in a total blackout. Colossal Cappy fried my systems.
Right, because sending the driver headfirst into Cappy didn't work out like you said it would. Big surprise.
Spare me, Francis.
The driver's alive and your remnants verified. Isn't that all you wanted? Now, why are you two yapping about the mass hallucination?
When Cappy amplified the remnant signal, it triggered another hallucination event. But it only lasted 3 seconds this time. And not only that, we picked up that its source was northwest of us. Specifically...
Yeah, somewhere in the deep zone.
That's impossible. It's been
40 years.
Okay, so as I was saying, car quirks. They are special conditionals that are applied at random over time that give your car personality and give you something that you'll need to deal with.
that's not all. This hallucination wave that triggered, we picked up its waveform. And turns out it's equal and opposite to the remnant's waveform. They're paired signals. It means they're related. And what's more, if we bring that car to whatever this mass hallucination source is, we have a chance of nullifying the remnant and breaking its bond with the driver. A simple destructive interference.
This is insane! After all this time, we find a remnant, a lead on the mass hallucinations of 61, and a possible way to free the driver? Pinch me, Francis, because this is the best thing that's happened in decades. Just when things were getting dull.
The remnants. It was a key to the mass hallucination. This whole time.
Yes, and you nearly destroyed it.
I need to go.
This is huge, Francis. We have so much work to do.
I know. I've already pulled every report on the mass hallucination event. Driver, listen, you stay safe out there. We'll report back to you once we've gone through all of this data. There's a lot of it. And be careful. Oppie's not in her right mind, okay? So, watch yourself.
So, now we've gotten all that out of the way. Look at that. Like I said, now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, we can... I have a question to ask you. What do you think is the triggering condition of the quirk in our car, and what is the effect that that triggering condition is causing? It actually looks like this might be two separate quirks that are nonetheless very similar. Headlights dimming or flashing is indeed the effect that is occurring. But when is it happening? What am I doing that causes the headlights to blink out like that? And it doesn't seem to be happening anymore? Oh. Oh, there it goes. Near the power towers? No, it's something that relates to the car itself. I take an action, and headlights respond. Sharp turns. Close enough. That's it. When I turn, the headlights dim. That is my quirk. And so if you successfully identify a quirk, you are given the option to fix it by spending some resources. And some quirks are extremely funny, and some you might not actually want to fix. One amazing one that I got that I kept throughout the entire rest of my run is honk horn, car lurches forward. My car had decided to bless me with a boost button. And so I would spam the horn and my car would accelerate really fast. It was hilarious. More anomalous materials. That seems like a cloud of electricity. look. Got any space for a spare door? We do. I didn't throw it anywhere. That's weird. Pass quickly over this red line, that way our car doesn't get bisected. I'm going to loot these sheds, grab that power source, and then create a gateway for us to get out of here. Well, I most certainly didn't mean to do that. Nice, some electronics and batteries. Alright. Gonna grab this. And run for it. And we've got a potential exit point close to us, which is what that red marker is there. Kind of hard to see from way through the stream. So we're a little bit too close to it, so if we actually drive away, it should open up to us. And then we can simply turn around and drive straight back in. Gateway too close, so drive up this road until that thing becomes visible to us. There we go. Get yourself spun around and ready. Let's rock. Easy.
I owe you an apology. I screwed up. I nearly got you killed. The things I used to calculate as easily as turning a screwdriver, they're foggy now. The numbers don't work themselves out like they used to. I haven't been myself for a long time, but I haven't needed to be. It's been me and this cursed place I created and nothing else for decades. But now, knowing that whatever caused the mass hallucination is still out there, I need to know what it is, and why the remnants are connected to it. Francis was right about the remnant and the mass hallucination's paired signals. If we can get them together, maybe they'll cancel each other out and you'll be free. It's a shaky theory at best, but it's the only lead we've got for now. You can do nothing and twiddle your thumbs until that remnant drives you mad. Or, if you're willing to work with me, I'll give you the best chance to survive this thing. Think it through. And fix up your car while you're doing it. You'll need to for whatever you decide from here. Are you making use of my fabrication
Driver, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know you've got a lot on your plate, but if you get a moment, I sent you something through the pneumatubes. Think of it as a personal project. It's not urgent.
Straight up, just interrupted Oppie there. Thank you, friendly dumpster.
Thank you. I won't waste your time, I promise. I just would like to put a suspicion to rest. A while ago, I found out about something Oppie had been working on. She told me she was trying to map out or at least track unreachable areas within the zone. The instability constantly scrambles the landscape, so the method to even map destabilized areas has to be dynamic to stay accurate. Her working theory was that if you could trace the physical matter itself, you could determine a stable layout and a path to it. I don't know what state her prototype is in now. I don't think she ever got it working. But I think I have my own working theory. I know there's a lot happening, so I'll save the details for later. But if you could just help me out, it'd mean a lot to me. You have to understand, Oppie would never work with anyone on this, let alone me. And I just have a hunch. Look around for the machine. She called it the Zeddy system. Huh? She keeps everything, so it has to be somewhere in that garage. Probably. When you find it, go on and install the hardware I sent you. That should get it up and running, and that should connect me. Oh, this isn't quite what I thought it was, but maybe this could be useful. It's far more localized, and I'll need more time to really figure this out, but it seems to be waiting for input. Driver, can you check the route planner?
Detailing station, let's go. Get our cosmetic items. I remember having trouble with this. How do I actually put items into this thing? Like that. Okay. bobblehead. We've got a weird steering wheel. I'm honestly not sure I like that one. And we got some window stickers. There we go. Let's see.
If you're ready to do this with me, here's a spot of good news. We aren't completely helpless when it comes to the instability. Back when the zone was active, we built ways to get where we needed to go. I need you to head back towards Serum. But don't worry, I won't make you jump into Cappy again. When you're feeling up for it, take the route back to Serum. I'll tell you what's next once you're there. The mass hallucination. I can't believe it happened again. I can't believe I missed it.
So, there's now the Expeditions button here. Expeditions are dangerous challenge runs. New conditions limit what you can bring with you and craft while you're out. Every successful return will increase the difficulty. Gameplay settings do not take effect while on an expedition. Expeditions are optional.
Well, this is quite different. No wonder Oppie abandoned this. The source of this data is quite old, but with my additions, it does seem to have updated the locations when you booted it up. This isn't the kind of map Oppie talked about wanting to make, but I think we can make this work to track a specific location despite the instability. This will be similar to planning a route, but it might be a challenge driver. I'm really not sure what to expect.
Trying to figure out how to pay me a visit? Don't bother. By regular standards, I'm about 10 miles west of you. In zone terms, consider me on another planet. There's a valley of perpetual instability enclosing my corner of the zone, and yes, I chose to live here for that exact reason. Leave an old woman in peace.
Okay, so apparently if I put that in the machine, that's going to activate the challenge run mode. So yes, that is, if you're familiar with Slay the Spire, that is the Ascension system that was added in a recent patch. But what seems to be the problem? When steering wheel stays turning, headlights dims. I think that's correct. Correct diagnosis. Gas refunded. With one light replacement kit, we will be able to fix that, should we so choose. There is another quirk of our car that we do not know. It is active and it is happening, but whatever it is, I guess it's not major enough for us to even notice. Or maybe it's another thing involving the headlights and we're mixing them up with the other one. Let's get some more tools, shall we? I would like to be able to make a handbag. Being able to invent the light bulb seems useful. Blowtorch. Another repair tool similar to the repair putty. More effective. I remember correctly. Liberator. Very, very useful tool. Allows us to, at a fairly high cost, chunk a piece of car off of something out in the zone in order to pick it up wholesale. So we actually found a car called, I think, a Scout, maybe? No, that wasn't it. But anyways, we found a car that had armored panels on it, and we could only shred it to get the armor itself. But if we had one of those, we would be able to actually yank the door straight off and put it on ourselves. Reignitable flare. This gets us access to crude flashlight, but we cannot quite make it yet. Need to research steel for those stuff, so... Now we have steel panels. Or the ability to create steel stuff, rather. And so, as you can see here, there's stable, unstable, and corrupt. That's the energy packets that we've been getting out on the field. So by collecting those and successfully making it back home, that's what gets us... You could call it research points. Spare fuel cans. And hey, an actual genuine car upgrade of a side rock. Granted, we don't have anything to put on that side rock, but there it is. Get ourselves a nice big fuel can. Good to have in emergencies, and it's going to allow us to travel through more zones safely. Simply stock that in the back, the rest of the stuff. Get ourselves a Liberator. Put that in the back, and if we end up seeing any armored panels or anything else special like that, we can damage it and damage it in the process, but ultimately blast it off the thing and put it to use herself. And then let's see here, what else? Let's get this thing looking a bit better, shall we? Looks pretty good from that side. Still a bit of a chimera, though, with a bunch of different disparate panels and stuff. So there's a nice trunk door, just like that. And that's all of our doors fixed up. Still got some crude panels on there, but that's something we're just going to have to live with for now. Got some stuff on the floor, so...
Have you found the friendly dumpster yet? It's behind the shop. If you're ever in dire need, pay it a visit. As much as the zone takes away, sometimes she also provides.
Go and vacuum up everything on the floor. Not entirely sure what that means, but I don't quite like it. I guess it's like, if you leave here without attending to these, they'll be destroyed. Because they don't fit inside the bin, maybe? With those old panels and old doors. And then we simply run the vacuum again. In it goes, out it goes. Pick up the trunk. Transfer the stuff. And we have our improved car. That's a bit silly looking. We can apply decal kits. What's this one look like? Sort of a Mars thing going on. I can dig it. Look at her. Isn't she a beaut? Engine's in good condition. Bumper, a little tender loving care along with the front panel. Side door could use it as well, along with the side panel. Bit more care for the tires. And the bumper. Patch up this headlight, other headlight we can't do anything about. And looking good. There you go, buddy. And that's one thing I find really cute about this game, to be honest. It's silly conceit that nonetheless works really well on me, which is, this is a game, like I said, made for people who say, come on, babe, you can do it. Come on, just hang on a little bit longer to their cars. It's a game for that kind of person. Those who love the mechanisms and who love the act of maintaining. And it's in the storyline, too. The entire idea behind the Remnants is you get attached to them until your obsession with it becomes all-consuming. So I'm bound to this car, both narratively and just as an aspect of the gameplay design. Maintaining your car is going to keep you safe, which is going to make you personify it. And the game's storyline is about how you are gradually being consumed by personifying your car and becoming more and more obsessed with it. I just think that's a very cute approach they did to weave what they expect to happen to the player into the narrative like that. But alas, this I think is going to about do it for today's session of Pacific Drive. It is equal measures a exploration through the Wild Anomalous Zone and a car maintenance simulator. A comfy garage simulation of taking care and decorating your own beautiful wreck of a car. I forgot how much I love this game. But, as I said, I am going to tab away and hopefully not explode the entire computer again. Final test. Does the stream break? 3, 2, 1, go. We're still here. Good, good. So, running the game windowed and changing the graphics setting seems to have fixed it. I will want to further refine things, because I am actually running this in a smaller window in the center of my screen right now, which is also affecting how high-res it is when I'm actually playing. So further refinement is needed, but we managed to get past the worst of the technical issues we had earlier today. Thank you as always, everyone, for watching, and let's see who we can read over to. Ompuko is playing Skin Deep. Frankie Pixel Show is drawing new assets for an update to Look Outside, a horror game that I've been playing occasionally. Midnight Sumo is doing live sumo and commentary. Shoutouts to them, by the way. It's a charity stream too, huh? Macaw45 is playing retro Japanese war games and RPGs. I think I'll bring us over to Ompuko. Set up the raid. And yeah. I hope you'll join me next Friday, for more Pacific Drive, because I'm super excited to get back into this, and also join me on Wednesday for finally finishing Demon King Chronicle. Sorry for missing that once again, but life comes at you fast. To another place, my friends.